What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to another episode of Listen Up. This time we will be doing bands that are, God, so much different than each other. This week I'm bringing to the table Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power.
And I'm bringing Kansas Leftoverture.
As you see, huge difference, huge difference.
Wow.
Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power was released in 1992, and that's a fact. Which album release, I don't know which one that was. However, as you know, it's freaking just brutal. Brutal album, very heavy. So you got, there's the awesome guitar playing of Dimebag Darrell, and just, let's see, you got This Love, which is considered a ballad, but man, it's still just so vicious. It's about, lust and abuse at the same time, and, Mouth of the War, stuff like that, man. Just in my opinion, he just crushes everything. I mean, when I'm listening to that, I just literally want to beat the shit out of someone. So, it's, I don't know, that's what it's meant to do. It's just meant to get you pumped and get you going, and it does the trick. The album itself, compared to the other albums, which I try not to do, I try to focus on this album, I'd say it's at par, possibly one of their better ones. I don't know.
It's a breakthrough album.
I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a breakthrough album.
You think so?
No, I'd say probably Cowboys from Hell was probably one of the probably a little more mainstream. It was with everybody, was with Cemetery Gates, which there's actually a song called Hollow on here, which is actually rides hand in hand with Cemetery Gates. It's basically the same thing. So,
okay.
So there's a little fun fact.
Yeah.
And yeah, I give it 2 horns up. I'm not being too generous, I don't think, at all. I think it's a great album. And what do you think, Moses?
Well, since I'm the classic rock guy, I'm stuck in the 60s and 70s. I gotta give props to Dimebag Darrell, though. He's one of the most amazing guitar players I've ever heard in my life. But Phil, the singer, needs to take more lessons. I mean, like you said, it's brutal. I love the actual music, but the voice I could have done with that.
Yeah, but it's meant to be that,
I know, but see, I'm not into that stuff. There's a couple songs. Walk was a good song, but too angry for me. I mean, for Christ's sake, they got a song called "Fucking Hostile."
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just too angry for me. I love the actual music, the guitar, the drums, everything else is awesome. But the voice, I just can't do the screaming. I don't know, it just doesn't do anything to me. But I was brought up on classic rock, mostly 60s and 70s. So,
it's not for everybody.
No, it's not. It's not for me. I personally, when I listen to the CD, I got a headache.
Good thing you never went to one of those concerts.
But I will give it 1 horn up, but I'm going to give it 1 horn down.
Okay.
Okay, so
Next.
Leftoverture by Kansas. Possibly their best-selling album. It come out in 1976. It was their
Triple platinum?
4 times platinum.
Oh.
Went It went 5 times platinum. It went platinum. It was their next album, Point of No Return, and went 4 times platinum.
Okay.
Their 2 best-selling albums back to back. Leftoverture, amazing album. I mean, you got writers like Steve Walsh. I'm sorry.
Who's Joe Walsh?
Sorry, not Joe Walsh, not James Cain.
Joe Barry. Nothing.
Oh yeah, you got writers like Steve Walsh, Kerry Livgren. Excellent writers, just excellent musicians. I mean, they were so far advanced for their time, I think. I mean, it was 1976. There was a lot of music out there, but just nothing like Kansas. They don't even consider them really classic rock. They're still considered progressive rock. It's because that's what it was. But Leftoverture it blew my mind, the quality of the music. I mean, they got a song on there called Cheyenne Anthem, which is my favorite song. Halfway through the song, it features a boys choir, an all-boys choir, which is amazing in the background, I think.
Yeah.
And another thing that is amazing about Kansas is their album covers.
Oh yeah, they are.
And a fun fact about Kansas is fun fact.
Fun fact.
I think, if not all, most every single one of their album covers come out of the Topeka, Kansas Museum. It's I believe in the Capitol. Out of their murals that are painted up on the ceiling and stuff.
Right. Okay.
But
Well, Steve Walsh was from here, our hometown.
yeah, St.
St. Joseph. He went to St. James
Yeah,
Catholic school. And so I mean, you could definitely. I heard anyway in his music, possibly some religious influence with the choirs.
yeah.
And the artwork and stuff like that. There's definitely religious.
What's funny though on this album, Steve Walsh didn't write very much of this album because their last album failed, Mask, and it didn't help that he had writer's block, so they brought in, so Kerry Livgren started writing stuff. But see, I was talking to my dad earlier. My dad's the one that taught me music, the ways of music, and he watched Kansas develop, which was originally Cloverleaf, a band called Cloverleaf.
Wow.
He watched them develop. My dad even partied with Steve Walsh.
My dad did an album with Steve Walsh. It was just a Christmas album.
Yeah,
and
same
my
thing.
brother as well did some guitar
Yeah.
with the CD too. And I don't remember the name of the CD.
I mean, didn't you meet Steve?
The CD, yeah, I did meet him myself.
What
but
kind of guy?
I didn't. So I'm very intellectual, artsy kind of guy, but still. You know.
But I have to give this album 2 horns up. I love Kansas though. I mean, I just love this band. I love the album. I don't know if I like everything they did, but this album is definitely one of their best masterpieces that I've ever heard. What's your thought?
I guess I said it was one of Kansas' best albums. Carry On a Wayward Son, of course, is one of their bigger hits, but still.
Burn Out on the Radio.
Yeah, Burn Out on the Radio. It's still a great song.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it was very well written. I mean, and the rest of the album was done very well too. I listened to it numerous times, and I actually grew up listening to it too. I mean, but no, I have no complaints about it either. I will go ahead and I'll give it. I'll give 2 horns up. I mean, there's no sense in putting down something that went
Exactly.
platinum so many times.
Yeah. You can't say it sucks.
I can't knock it
5
out. I might as well
times.
say Led Zeppelin sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
And
the people that say Led Zeppelin sucks, you know,
You
what's
suck.
that like NSYNC? So
yeah, if you say Led Zeppelin sucks, then you probably suck.
yeah, you probably do suck. You do suck.
Because as we close our show, because Led Zeppelin always Zeppelin rocks.
Zeppelin does rock. They do. They are pretty much flawless. So
I don't know about flawless, but they're awesome.
yeah, well, yeah, they're pretty damn close anyway. Okay, well that concludes this. I would say this week's session, but it's not a weekly thing. This session of Listen Up, and said check out both these albums. They're both really good. If you're into the heavy stuff or the older stuff, I recommend them both.
Or just tune in to listen to us argue.
Yeah, or tune in to listen to us argue about it. But anyway, so listen to music. Have some peace.
Rock on.
Yeah, we'll miss you. And,